Hello, everybody on Facebook and on YouTube. It's Ben Italis from LunarVue Media Services, and I'm jumping right in. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going for it, right? So I wanted to talk today a little bit on this live stream. We're live right now, by the way. So if you're watching us on LunarVue's Facebook page or on the YouTube channel by some chance, feel free to comment. I'd love to talk to you. Maybe go put your comments on the air, right? But the main reason why I'm going live today is just because. That's all. I'm just trying to get better at going live. I want to eventually create a more routine live stream for you to answer a lot of your video marketing questions, because that's what we do here at LunarVue Media Services. We're all about video marketing, although we do still photography as well for commercial and product photography, lifestyle photography, stuff like that. So we do some of that as well. Pretty much do everything but weddings. But if you wanted to pay us enough, we'll do a wedding. I used to do weddings, and I'm not knocking it, but there are some people who are really good at it. It's not our specialty at this moment. So I'll always usually defer people to the weddings. But anyway, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about live streaming. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about live streaming and specifically, I want to talk to you about video production and testimonials. And so if you don't have testimonials as part of your video strategy, then, looks like I didn't change some of it. Anyway, so if you don't have, people who are really good at. There we go. We are live. So I'm going to mess up from time to time as I figure this out. We're using Restream, just so you know, which is some new technology that we have here to try to go live. But we wanted to talk to you a little bit about testimonials. And if you're using testimonials to increase traffic to your website or to your social media channels, it should be part of your video marketing strategy. And if it's not, that's okay, because that's what we're here to talk to you about getting testimonials as part of your video marketing strategy. So what's a testimonial, right? That's kind of the first thing some people want to ask, like, how do I use a testimonial? What is a testimonial? And a testimonial is somebody who's connected to you or your business or your organization that has a lot of positive things to say about what you do. So those are the people who you definitely want to have on your side, right? And you want to showcase what the great things they have to say about you. So we shoot a lot of testimonials. That's one thing we're really proud of here at LunarVue, is our ability to talk to your client or customer and extract a lot of the great things out of them. And for us, what's really important to do that is to make your clients and your customers, your patients, feel comfortable. It's all about making them feel relaxed on camera, feel comfortable on camera, and give their best performance to talk about what you do best. So there's an art to it, how to get them to not just say yes and no, right? Tell us about why you like this business. They're great. That doesn't do anybody any good, right? So what we want to do is ask them questions that lead them into talking more about your business, like, tell me why you chose XYZ company and how they made them feel after they were done creating the project for you, or something along those lines. We try to extract a lot of that. So it's not just shooting pretty pictures, but it's getting compelling responses from your testimonial subject. So I want to share a few examples of some testimonials while I check to make sure I'm going live everywhere. I think I am. I don't know. I want to share some of that with you. Let me see. Can I share this here? Let me try something here real quick while I'm talking to you. So while I'm setting this up, what I want to hear from you in the comments is what questions do you have about video production in general, or in testimonials, and what you would like to see on maybe a live stream production that I can do regularly. What kind of questions can I answer for you whether it's about your ventures into video production, if you're just getting started, or if you have any questions about what I'm using to do what I do, or what we do here at LunarVue, or maybe just questions about video marketing strategy in general, and what ask my opinions on what you think you should do for your type of business or something like that. I'd love for you to share this as well, and talk about what we can share this with people you know who might be able to use some of this information. That would be awesome. And I'm about to try to share. I should have set up the crossbows, but I didn't. So I'm trying to do that right now while talking. Not always easy. And you know, I love podcasts too, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. And one of my heroes of the podcast world from the Grow Your Video Business, Ryan Coral, always says, "Go ugly early. Just jump in. Don't worry about making mistakes." When it comes to live streaming and doing podcasts and things like that, people are very forgiving. Just jump in. So today is one of those efforts. I think I've done this live stream thing once before. So I'm just jumping in and giving it my best, and I'd love to hear from you. So while I set this last thing up, let's see. So hang with me as we build an audience. I don't know who's joining us. So let's see. Okay. So I see two people, and one of them is probably me. so we're not burning it up over here for sure by any means, but we're giving it our best shot. And that's all I can ask. Make sure I'm still going live. I'm trying to look at the metrics here. See if I can not have this. What there's some people who are really good at. All right, just checking the delay. Scott Wilkerson. Thank you, my friend. Let's pop up what Scott has to say here. He's always a loyal and awesome fan. I appreciate that, Scott. So let's see, will it show all of that up? So Scott says a once a week scheduled Q&A session would be awesome. Thank you, Scott, especially with as many small businesses who want to get more exposure, and there's so many options out there for self-created videos, etc. You know, advantages, disadvantages, hiring people, all that kind of stuff, right? Is that to show all of it? Someone like you, it says. Yeah, that's a great question. I really hope to do this more. I'm hoping to kind of build up some steam and sort of populate with more live videos and talk to people. There's a lot of advantages for hiring a production entity like myself to help you create a strategy for video for your small business. And there's a lot of advantages for you doing it yourself. And what I tell a lot of people is it's actually both. You want both. So you can lean on the really high-end production value videos, like the stuff that LunarVue can make, or other freelancers or agencies. That sort of sets the bookends for what your business is like. And then the stuff in the middle is what you can populate with yourself. Latest updates, new listings, new things that are happening right now, just quick little videos you can shoot with your iPhone even. But you want to set a level for your professionalism. You want your main videos, your business videos about philosophy, about your business philosophy, a video about your core things that your company does, maybe some testimonial videos, things like that that are sort of evergreen, that can last forever. You want those to look slick. That's important. That has to look good. And the reason why those need to look good is that these are the videos that are going to get seen more on, social media channels and YouTube. And these are the videos that are going to are best for SEO or search engine optimization, the higher quality videos. Those videos are going to be seen by more people, and you want that level and that quality of video to match your level and quality of professionalism, and sometimes maybe exceed. We've done some videos that make a very small company, a very small operation look like one of the big dogs. And that's really important. And one of the best things that video is for, it's an equalizer. It's a great equalizer. It can really elevate you and your company to a status even bigger than you are just through visuals and sound production and just quality content. But then in between those maybe 2 or 3 big videos your company can roll out every year, you can do some smaller social media hits yourself. And that's really important. And there's a few things a few apps and stuff like that you can do to maximize your cell phone, for example. Let's see here. While I'm talking about it, this should be, you know what? This will be a whole other video. But let's see. So I use an app on my phone. I have an 11 Pro, and can you see this? Let's see. Will it focus? So this is called LumaFusion, and as you can see right now, there's audio levels on that and stuff like that. So LumaFusion is an app, L-U-M-A Fusion, one word, that allows you to really get the full capabilities out of your iPhone and really make it shine. Now, it's not going to match this camera that I'm shooting with right now. This is a Canon EOS R5. It's like a $3,000 camera, and I have bigger, better cameras, so it's not going to match that per se. but you know, you can really, it sort of like supercharges your iPhone to look really awesome, and then you can use other apps. You know what? I misled you. I'm sorry. Filmic Pro. So this is Filmic Pro. I misled. So this was Filmic Pro, and this allows you to adjust focus, the audio levels. It puts time code on your video. You can white balance. So you can do a lot of things you couldn't do with just the camera app on your phone. And what so that's Filmic Pro, Filmic Pro. And then LumaFusion is actually an editing app. Come on, focus. I'm in autofocus mode here. So LumaFusion is let's get in there and just do this. There we go. It is a, oh, don't you love live? Anyway, look it up for yourself. So LumaFusion is an editing app for your iPhone that that you can do some pretty robust editing on. So again, to answer your question, Scott, basically the best thing you can do to gain more exposure online is have your company produce some quality looking video out there. Have 2 or 3 of those at least a year to sort of set the tone and the feel and the professionalism and the quality of your company. It matches that video level. So you want those to look really good. And then don't be afraid to pop in live and stuff like that and do some self-produced videos yourself to kind of fill the gap between those bigger releases. That's sort of like the best thing you could really do. I mean, the best thing would be to just have a videographer follow you around and shoot everything. That would be great. I know a guy if you're looking for somebody. Anyway, so I want to talk to you guys more a little bit about testimonials and what a testimonial is. So again, going back to that, a testimonial is basically getting your clients and customers to say great things about you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you an example of a testimonial we shot. And I want you to just take a listen to what this lady has to say. All right, and this is for a financial services company that we do some work for called PSCU. And here we go. Let's see if I got this set up right.
If another credit union was considering moving forward with PSCU as a partner, I would probably tell them that to do it just because of the relationships that are built. Also, PSCU is a very innovative company, and it's an organization that truly believes in the credit union movement, in people helping people.
Wow, there you go, right? Just a quick little testimonial video. So that there was a whole series of videos that we shot like that, and so basically, let's see. So it's just a whole series. We shot a bunch of those over a short period of time. And, you know, we had people coming in and out of a room, and we just kind of banged them out. And I worked with, we had our own producer, and we worked with the folks from PSCU to sort of bring the best of content out of that person about what they had to say about that company. So that particular individual, we probably had like 10 different videos of her saying 10 different great things. And we brought another person, same deal. And then we built a catalog of testimonial videos that they could dole out whenever they wanted to. We probably made, I don't know, 60 or 70 of those, right? Yeah, so we had a whole bunch of them. So they could attach that video to a component on their website about that, specifically about what that person was talking to. So whether it's fraud protection or card services or whatever, we had a different video testimonial to go along with that on the website, and they could change those up. So super effective way to maximize our production time while we're there is to get a bunch of people. And you might have noticed you might have noticed on that video, that background, she was actually chroma keyed on there. So, so yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, we can do a chroma key. So chroma key, which is that green screen thing, like you see on the weather, right? They're pointing at the map. So a lot of cases, what we do when we want to do a bunch of testimonials and maximize our clients' time and budget is we set up a chroma key studio at their location, and they invite some of their best customers and clients in, and they bring them through, and we just set up a time throughout the day to come in and record them, make them comfortable, ask some questions, joke around. We want to get it real conversational, and then just get those responses that are so natural and effective. And when it comes to chroma key, like let's see here. So like here's a quick time lapse of a chroma key set up for just this. This is just me setting this up, and it's just a single camera. On that one we use 2 cameras, the one that I showed you, but this is a single camera setup. So pretty simple stuff. Nothing that amazing, right? It's just we set up a nice quality. But you know, here's the thing with chroma key is you got to know how to set that up properly. Like you don't want to just stick someone up against a green wall. You get all the shadow on it. You actually have to light the chroma key wall separate from the individual to eliminate that green cast, and also to get what's called a clip, a clean clip. You don't want that fuzziness that you see around. You know, when you use Zoom and you use the thing where you can change the background, it looks all fuzzy and crazy. Well, we don't want that. So, so there's an art to setting up a chroma key properly, and that's something that we do. So, but there's all different kinds of testimonials available. That's just one version. That's like your straight up testimonial. Like they're great, here's why, and we went with them because they were awesome at XYZ, right? But let's see here. I got some, let's see, I'm gonna bring in another video here. So this is kind of an interesting way to do a testimonial. One great way, another great way to grab a lot of people at one time are like conventions and expos. So if you're a member of a professional organization that meets once or twice a year or has different conventions that you go to, and a lot of your clients are there, that's a really good time to grab them and get a soundbite from them. Whether we set up a chroma key somewhere or we use a conventional background to shoot them, or practical background they call it, like, you know, just a out of focus background or windows or some plants or whatever. It's a really good idea to kind of book a room, book a space at the convention, and just gather those people saying a million great things about you. You could probably get like 20 people to say something awesome about your company, sometimes CEOs of other companies and stuff like that. So we've often like gone to these conventions and these expos and things, and sometimes we just kind of man on the street style it, you know, with the microphone and get some cool stuff. And recently, well, pre-COVID, we went with a artificial intelligence company called Patient Prism, and we kind of interviewed some people that we just were kind of out and about. And then what we did is we took those testimonials and about what they're saying that's so great about this AI company, and we kind of built a package that almost looks like somebody else was creating this story, this package about what the great things that this company does. And so let me show that to you here. So what I'm going to do is bring it in. So we kind of called it like transforming technology. Take a listen.
That must embrace technology, because if it was true 40 years ago, it's true today. There's a lot more of it today, but technology is where it's at.
The technology is extremely important to the dental industry because it allows us to do.
So what you can kind of hear them doing is they're more or less talking about generics, about the technology. In other words, they're talking about AI, and they're talking about how this artificial intelligence is changing their revolutionizing their business. And these are all like big players in this dental industry. So where they use AI to increase profits and stuff like that, without going into much detail. But as you can see, we basically just kind of like camped out and caught like some of these big players and brought them over and said, hey, tell us a little bit about how artificial intelligence is changing the game. And they'll go into it. And then I'll slip in, and tell me how Patient Prism has been effective for your company and making that happen for you. Oh, those guys are great, stuff like that. So let's go back and listen in a little bit more here.
Which is going to be critical in the marketplace and a differentiator for us moving forward.
You know, Patient Prism, we use it in our own offices, and we use the Patient Prism Academy, and our team learns a lot from it. We feel that it keeps our team current, it keeps our team, you know, in touch with the dental industry, and it keeps everybody accountable for, you know, what their role is in the contribution to the greater company.
Engaging our patients early on.
So it's just more of that, and it's quite lengthy, to be honest with you. It's a little bit longer video. This was something that was be shown within that industry, so it's not for like your general consumer. So the people watching this are genuinely interested in this content. So but it's just another example of a different kind of testimonial. And so if, you know, there's lots of different variations of testimonials, and you can use them all effectively or use the one that might fit you most comfortably. Let's see if we got another example of another testimonial here. Let me pull one in. So, you know, obviously gathering testimonials during COVID has been difficult because it's been hard to be together and in person. So, it's funny because we started utilizing technologies that were already there, like Zoom and like this Restream technology, to sort of interview people remotely and gather information from them and testimonials about companies and stuff like that. And so one of which we did was a shipping company called DLT Labs, and they're partnered with one of their clients, rather, is Walmart of Canada. So they wanted a video that showcases how they're able to meet the needs of a large company like Walmart of Canada and some of their other shipping partners through their revolutionary blockchain technology. So do I have that queued up?
Last year, Walmart Canada.
So we'll let that roll a little bit. So what we did, while this is rolling and alongside me here, so what we did is we set up an interview with Cindy Edwards, who's a local talent here in the Tampa area, and with their CEOs and their players that make it happen for them. And we created sort of a news story out of this Zoom interview. So we were able to take something that looks kind of boring and make it kind of interesting. So let's take a listen here.
Simplify the process for a company that has data coming in from all different sources.
What DL Freight does is it draws the information together in one place in what's called a shared ledger, allows all the parties that are working together to see that information and then uses it. It automatically calculates all the myriad calculations.
So we kicked it off with sort of the gentleman who's the CEO sort of leading off what is that they do, and then we threw in some B-roll here, and then we talked to some of their clients and customers as well.
Canada receives 500,000 shipments annually. Each shipment invoice must track over 200 separate pieces of data, all of which have to be checked and used to calculate charges. DL Freight has automated the entire process for both Walmart and its carriers. John Bayless is Senior Vice President of Logistics and Supply Chain for Walmart Canada.
It simplified the way of working between our teams, our payment processors, and our carriers. It's got us over this real bottleneck of dispute resolution, which was getting our carriers paid on time. The cost and the waste associated with chasing dispute resolution has come down dramatically. From 7.
So it's just an example of how you don't always have to be in person to gather a testimonial, that we can actually help you coordinate shooting testimonials remotely. So, and this is something you can do yourself, right? You could use Zoom to record testimonials, and you could just extract those portions and put them out there. But if you want to clean them up a little bit, so you can do a lot with even a Zoom video like we did here. And we added a lot of graphical elements and the B-roll footage and music when necessary, and just kind of created a more comprehensive story out of these testimonials that sort of, when you put them all together, kind of illustrate more of your business's philosophy and best practices, stuff like that. So it's just another example of how you can use testimonials to your advantage in a way that's really effective. So I would love to hear some of your examples. We're at 25 minutes here, so I don't know how much longer I'll go live because eventually I'll run out of stuff to say. I know, crazy. but I'd love for you to chime in if you have any questions. Even if you watch this live stream after the fact, after we've already live streamed, and you might have some other questions, I want you to feel free to reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. So let's see, you can always email me. If you want to email me, I'm at ben@LunarVue. That's LUNARVUE. And of course, we're on all the socials, as the kids like to say. Just LunarVue. Basically, if you just Google LUNARVUE, you're going to find all kinds of stuff. But today we're talking, as I'm doing this live stream, which if you're just joining us, is kind of new for me. I'm hoping to sort of find a niche here that we can live stream about. And so I'm using these random dive-ins to the live stream world to kind of figure out what you want to hear, what you like to know about video marketing in particular, and just marketing in general. I'm not an expert at all facets of marketing. There's a lot out there to learn from. And I would like to hear from other marketers as well, maybe partner up with you guys and talk together online about things moving forward, figuring out the new innovations. This is always an evolving thing. That's what makes this so cool, is that this like video marketing, web marketing, it's democratized all of this for everyone. So whether you're a big company with a huge budget or a small company with a limited budget, there's something for everybody, and there's a way to scale what you need. A lot of it you can figure out yourself. And I, of course, being a visual person in the visual arts field, I put a huge emphasis on making things look good. Things should always look good. This is why we're using I'm not using a webcam. This is a Canon R5 as a webcam, which is like overkill, right? It's like taking the kids to school in a dragster. but it's okay, because I want it to look good. At least it's good. I mean, there's nothing I can do about this, but I can make the visuals look pretty nice. And so I'm just trying to jump right in with these live streams and get right to it and just not waste a lot of time with it. I could try to figure things out, but the best way to figure them out is to just do it. You just got to go. You got to both feet in. So today on this live stream, we've been talking about testimonials, and we're going to probably be here for another 15, 20 minutes or so. So if you think of a question you'd like to ask, I'd love to hear from you. So, while let's set up a different. I'm going to set up another video here. So if you're just joining us, we're using Restream, which is a pretty cool technology to go live with. And well, this is an interesting one. Okay. So this is another, I'm just gonna, we're just gonna jump right in with it. So let me set this up. So this is a video. It's sort of a testimonial, but it's also a procedure video. So take a listen.
J is like a problem with the jaw and the joint in your jaw, and I clench my jaw a lot, so it brings pain to my jaw and my head, and it's not comfortable.
Melissa's had issues with TMJs for a very long time. Probably in the past few years now, Botox has come up with.
So this is basically a testimonial video we did a while back for a dental office that also does like Botox injections and stuff like that, which you heard in that case can help relieve TMJ, which is a condition where your jaw locks up, right? I think. But so we kind of bounce back and forth between the Dr. Patel's like his remedies for this particular problem, and then one of his patients. And it just kind of goes back and forth about how her problem and his solution, her problem and the solution, and then her expectations, and then the procedure and her results and stuff like that. So you can kind of like, again, this is another way to use a testimonial to sort of tell a story. And it really is a good way for your customers and your clients to sort of associate with this person's story and it kind of eases, in this case, eases their concerns and their worries about having this procedure done. So in this testimonial, we actually included a part where we shot the testimony or the procedure, and pretty much live and in real time, and then edited it with multiple cameras and added that to the end of the testimonial. We could have separated those into 2 different videos. I believe maybe we did as well too. So just another example. This is a really affordable way to do something like this, to really cover a procedure. It doesn't have to be a medical procedure. Like, this could be anything. This could have been a kitchen makeover. We could have interviewed somebody who owns a kitchen renovation company, does cabinets and tile or something, and then the client, and back and forth. It'd be almost like something you see on one of those home makeover shows or something like that, with the end result and then their reaction to it. So it's sort of just another kind of testimonial video. So in a little while later, I'm going to get out of this because they're going to use needles. And if you weren't expecting that and you hate that, you don't want to see that. So anyway, they go into the procedure, and then at the end is sort of her reaction to it and what a difference that makes. So let's pop out of this one for now. But I just wanted to give you that example. I like this little music feature. I can kind of bring in this like chill vibe. Yeah, that works. I'm an idiot. All right, so a couple more and then we're done with this today. So let's see. We did that one, we did that one. Kind of covered that. All right, so I'm gonna bring in one last video to show you, and it's not even really a testimonial. So, so a lot of these videos, it's sort of a testimonial. So it's called a case study video. Actually, I talked to people 2 times today, this morning. That's kind of what started this whole thing. I had some discussion on the phone today with a potential client about doing testimonials, and then another about a case study video. So kind of then I watched Restream do a live stream today about some new facets of their technology, and I got all inspired. So here I am. You never know where the inspiration comes from. But so a while back, did a video for a large mega industrial engineering firm called YKKAP out of Japan, and they have a USA branch. And this company was instrumental in creating a window enclosure system for an iconic skyscraper in Nashville. So we went and shot interviews with the engineers that were able to create solution to make the vision of this architect a reality. And it was really revolutionary for that industry. So they were up for an award, and they needed some sort of case study and testimonial video about what they did. And they were judging these through the video. So it had to look good, right? I mean, this is a company that is trying to become an even bigger player and dominate their market for their Windows systems. And so they were up for this prestigious award, and we submitted this video. And so I'm going to show you this video now. I'm going to go ahead and bring it in as well, and we'll talk over it a little bit while it plays. And it's a video specifically geared to that industry. So for the layperson, it's kind of dry, maybe, you know, unless you're really interested in window moldings and construction methods. It might not be the most compelling video for you, but we tried to make it as interesting as possible. We spent some time in Atlanta and in Nashville. Atlanta is where the company is headquarters. And so let's take a listen.
We're a full-service hotel that really would make a statement in Nashville that would be at the very top of the market. As we started developing the conceptual designs, the planning, the massing, it became apparent that the hotel tower really should be located at the corner of 8th and Demombrian to establish a really dramatic siting and fit with its surrounding area.
I think the overall shape and configuration of the building and the sheer size and scope of it are some of the things that set it apart. And how to build it.
So we interviewed some of the engineers that were responsible for building this building, and we interviewed the architect. And in a way, the architect was sort of the client, right? That's the architect here. So he had to come up with a design, but they had to figure out a way to make his vision reality. And that's exactly what they did. They worked together to create this system. And then, and the end result was this absolutely stunning building. And so this is sort of a testimonial, but it's really more of a case study. And so this gentleman is one of the engineers that helped create the casing, the 3D, they built them in 3D and tried to problem solve and figure out how to create this curved linear design of this football-shaped building. So it's just another way. It's sort of like testimonials from the engineers themselves and from the architect, who in some way is the client, about how this company managed to make this happen. Let's take one more listen in here.
By the elliptical shape.
I think initially when I met with Smallwood Reynolds, Stewart & Stewart, they really were trying to understand whether or not the YKK YWW 50T system would actually fit the application that they had. This one is a little bit unique since there really was no straight wall. Some of the benefits of using a pre-glazed system for a project like this is to fabricate, assemble, and glaze all of the window wall panels in their shop, send those to the site, get those up to the floor, and then be able to set.
So we worked with a lot of people to make this video happen. I mean, I did a lot of the shooting, and then we hired a local drone operator named Ken Herron in Nashville. I didn't say Washington. Nashville to shoot the drone footage. And it actually worked out brilliantly because Ken had been, when I started this project, the building was already done and there were already they were already customers at the JW Marriott, this building. They were already filling it up. It's a big hotel. So what they really needed was construction footage. And I found the right guy who happened to actually shoot that building when it was under construction months and a year prior. So they were thrilled to find that footage. And it was, it took some digging, but I basically called around to several drone operators in the Nashville area and asked them, can they shoot this project? And also, do you happen to have any footage of this building under construction while you've been shooting in Nashville? And I found the guy that did. And Ken Herron, like the bird, Heron, follow him on YouTube for some great stuff. He's awesome. And I think he's a local radio personality in Nashville also. But anyway, just another example of how a case study video is very similar to a testimonial video, and how you can utilize these case studies, like a project that you were able to see from concept to completion and how the customer really felt about the end result. So a really fun, cool way to sort of showcase what you're capable of in a not too braggadocious way, but just more like, here's what we've been able to accomplish for this client and this customer, and we can do the same thing for you. So let's turn that off there. But anyway, as we wrap this up, I just wanted to kind of stretch my wings here when it comes to live streaming. I don't get to do it enough. I'm usually editing or something like that. And I wanted to take an opportunity here to try out some of this new technology. Oh my gosh, I'm all red. What's going on with me? But anyway, but I wanted to thank you for joining us here. And if you'd like to know more and you have any questions, you can email us here at ben@lunarvue.com. And also, if you would like to see some other things that we're doing here, let's see, how do I do this? Oh, there we go. So here we go. Okay, is this going to work? I think it's going to. There we go. Hey, look at that, it worked. How do I access this? So, join us on YouTube, right? We're on YouTube right now streaming as well. And we have, we'd love for you to subscribe and follow just all the different kinds of video production that we do, which is a little bit of everything under the sun. So we have a lot of stuff there. You can see a lot of our past work. Hey, look, there's that video we were just talking about right there. So there's a lot of stuff there on our YouTube channel. So we'd love to see you there. Where's that graphic? Let's see. Boop, there it is. Follow us on all the socials. Look us up on LunarVue, LunarVue. And that's all I have to say about that. So join us more as we try to go live and kind of develop sort of a routine of going live. And we'll try to do between 30 and 45 minutes or so, answer some of your questions. I'll try to get ahead of steam on this and do this more regularly. So I think I'm done talking. I'm really sick of hearing myself. So thanks again, and I appreciate you guys joining us, and feel free to email me any questions you have or anything like that. There's my email once more, and I'd be happy, or you know what, email me even if you have some ideas for live streaming, what you'd like to see in regards to video marketing. All right, guys, that's it for now.